So many of you guys out there actually want to record yourself or maybe even stream yourself playing Fortnite, and you don't really know where to begin with actually the whole recording stage. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a little video on the exact settings that you guys should be using on your OBS, a free recording software, in order to get great high quality gameplay of yourself playing Fortnite. Yo guys, what is going on? Bobblez here. Yes, that's right. Today a bit of a guide video on the exact settings you guys should be using on OBS. In my eyes, the best recording software you guys can use, which was completely for free, in order to get the highest quality gameplay and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to leave my specs for my PC down in the description. It's custom built. All the things that you need to focus on basically are the graphics card, the CPU, and the RAM. I have NVIDIA 980 graphics card, I have i7-4500 I think CPU, and then I have 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. That's basically all you need to know. If you guys know your specs and anything like that, these settings are going to be perfect. The majority of you guys are actually going to probably have a better graphics card than I do, so honestly, as we go through the settings, I'll be telling you guys which ones you can kind of tweak and raise to be a bit higher than mine, because if they're better, they're better. But this is out there for all the people that have basically got kind of a standard PC and you guys want to record Fortnite and not make it look like a potato is recording it. So as you can see, we are in fact here on my software. It is OBS, the latest version. Make sure you always keep it up to date, otherwise you get issues where your face cam doesn't pop up, which is what you see here. But this is literally purely not showing up purely because I'm recording on a different software, my face cam at the moment, and it can't multi-layer, which you guys should be aware of. You can't multi-layer face cams and other sort of things. If you're using the webcam, it's not going to appear in OBS. First little bit of advice for you guys. But as you can see, this is kind of advanced, I would say. This is what I've set up. So I've got all your little tabs here, all of your sources here. So in each one of these, there'll be different sources. So if I flick through, face cam is just the face cam. Again, you don't see it at the moment. Right monitor is my right monitor at the moment of time. Middle monitor is this one, and so forth. So if we look at the streaming one, this image here won't normally be my OBS. I'm only using that for this video. It will be Fortnite. And then you have my face cam, little things, which are these things here. Each of these little pictures are essentially these different sources. You can have as many of these as possible. Nothing's going to make you lag. And your mic thingies here, your desktop audio, set that to whatever, your headphones here, and basically that is set up. But we're going to go into the settings here, and we're going to actually dive a bit deeper in what sort of stuff we've got and what you guys should be using for the best quality to record Fortnite. So first of all, the output, show confirmation dialog when start streaming. I highly recommend doing this if you are going to be streaming, because if you look down here, start recording and start streaming are right next to each other. If you accidentally press that, you're going to be streaming. You don't really want that. So highly recommend doing that. You can have dark mode if you want, but apart from that, this page isn't too important. If you want to just copy the little boxes that I've got there ticked, go ahead, but I'm pretty certain they're the automatic ones. So let's go into streaming now. What you want to do to stream Fortnite is to make sure you've got the service that you want clicked here. You've got all the kind of different live streaming things that you've got there. You can customize it, but just click on the one that you'll be using. I would always use the primary one, not the backup one. It's kind of obvious. Your stream key, you'll be able to find that out. Just Google how to find a stream key. It's kind of simple. It's just in the settings of your YouTube or your Twitch. So we'll move on to the output. This is where it's going to start to get a little more interesting, and this is the stuff that you really need to focus on. So first of all, audio track, you don't need to tick any of those, and you want to make sure that your encoder is select to the newest model of the NVIDIA or the highest one for whatever graphics card you have. The H.264 is the best one. If it doesn't say new and it's got a bunch of other ones, just make sure it's the H.264 or whatever one, again, is the highest setting. Enforce streaming service encoder settings. Make sure this is ticked, because otherwise YouTube is going to be using their quality rather than the quality you set yourself. Make sure you're on 920 by 1080 because that's obviously the go-to scale rate that you want. And then this is where it gets a little more complicated. The bitrate you want CBR. Don't know why, but that is the best one. Honestly, just take my word for that. Bitrate. The bitrate is something that I never used to understand, and I get it more now. Bitrate, the higher the number, the clearer the picture is going to look. However, if you have it really high and your PC can't handle it, it's obviously not going to look nice. It's going to look worse. So you want to find a balance that suits your PC. If you have a 980 or anything above, the minimum I would recommend is 4,000. But obviously, if you have better than a 980, I would start going up by 50 or 100, depending on how much better your graphics card actually is. So if you have the brand new NVIDIA graphics card, which is like the 3080, then I would recommend putting this number on probably about 35 to 40,000. That's how much better that is. But if you're just a standard sort of streamer that you want your game to look nice, you want to be able to stream it, then that is about right. Then 4,000 is about right. You want to have your keyframe interval as 0, quality as your preset there, and then your profile you want to have as high. If you have other ones, it's going to make it lag and not look as crisp clear. You want to make sure the look ahead is ticked off and the psycho visual tuning is on. GPU 0 and maxed B frames is set to 2. Again, I'm not going to go into detail why, just trust me, put those as your settings. Next up, we can go to recording, and recording is basically the exact same as the streaming, except your PC doesn't have to take as much for the stream. So you can literally crank that bitrate all the way up, like I said, to 30,000 there, because you're not streaming, it's not inputting and all that kind of stuff, so you can have a much higher bitrate there. And then all of these settings here that we said for the streaming one, you want to replicate those again, but obviously your bitrate is the only thing that changed there. If we go to audio here, you want to make this one 320 and then 192 for all of the rest of them. The only reason I can't have the option to change it at the moment is because I'm currently recording this. But if we go to the actual audio tab, you want 48 Hertz there. Your channels, you want it to be stereo. Desktop audio, you want that to mainly probably be your headset, because whatever your headset hears, your OBS will then record. So it's probably the best thing you can do. You don't need to record any backup one, because otherwise you're going to start to hear it lagging and you're going to hear two replicas. And then your audio mic, so your first microphone here, you want it to be whatever microphone you want to use. Now I have a microphone on my headset, I have a microphone on the webcam I use, and on the microphone that I actually use. So make sure you disable all of them and only have active the one that you want to use. So in my case, it is my blue snowball. Decay rate, you want it as fast. You want your peak meter type sample peak, and then you just want default for monitoring device. The rest of it you don't have to do with all of that. That's just hotkeys, so if you want to add them you can, but I personally don't have any. Next up, a video here, 1920 by 1080 for both your base resolution and your output resolution. Like I said, it's simple, you want it to be 1080. Next up here, downscale filter. This is very important. You want it to be bilinear. If you don't have it bilinear, it's going to start lagging and it's going to be looking absolutely disgusting. So take my word for it, bilinear is definitely the one to go for. And then also your custom FPS, set it to 59.94. Now I know you're thinking, why not 60? Well, that little bit off of 60 actually for some reason makes it look clearer than if it was actually on 60. I think it's the way in which if you don't have the world's best PC, your PC doesn't have to go to then the cap of 60 and it can kind of filter between those and still look like it's 60 FPS. That's what I found anyway. Honestly, highly recommend these settings. It's pretty damn decent. If we then go to the advanced one, there's nothing really much here to show you guys. Make sure that these are your settings. Just replicate these, and that's honestly about it for the actual OBS settings. So make sure you click apply and then click OK. And that is your settings for OBS done for recording Fortnite and streaming Fortnite to YouTube, Twitch, whatever platform you want. But yeah guys, that is indeed going to be it from me today. I hope this video has indeed helped you guys out. If it has, make sure you smash a thumbs up on the video. Leave a comment down below with any other topic like this one that you need my help from and all that kind of stuff. And if you have any questions in general about what I spoke about today, leave it all in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new around here. I post all kinds of Fortnite news leaks and updates, and as well as that, these little videos here, there and everywhere. And finally guys, credit code Bobblez in the Fortnite item shop helps put you gather one step further. Anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you all, and until next time guys, see ya.